Hi, everyone. Welcome to our interviews with students at FDT Academy. I'm Kathy Chenna with Amos Sue, who is in grade 5. He's a Southridge student, and he's been debating with us for a number of years. And one of Amos's big things that he wants to do when he grows up is he wants to be a doctor. And don't let this boy fool you. He has a backup plan. If he doesn't get into medical school, he's going to law school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amos, let me ask you some questions. Would you say that you're shy at all, or do you think you're very outgoing?
I'm outgoing, but like sometimes if I get into an argument or like get angry, I will lie low for the entire day. Like once I goes to sleep, I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So most
So
of the time I am outgoing.
yeah, you're mostly outgoing, but like if you get into an argument, do you use your debate skills to help you get out of that argument or to like kind of solve the argument?
I definitely try, but the thing is most of my friends don't know civilized debate.
They don't know that. How long have you been debating?
1.5 years, a little more.
Mhm. And have you attended some tournaments before?
Yes.
Yes. And what kind of tournaments have you attended? And what do you think about tournaments? Do you like them? Do they make you nervous?
I've attended multiple tournaments. Some were from FDT, actually most of them. I've also done some speaking competitions, and they certainly do make me nervous. I also like preparing for them.
Yeah, I think it's good to be nervous. It's very, like right now, just take a deep breath. It's just me. Pretend you're just talking to your friends. I love your family. You guys are amazing. So I don't want you to be nervous at all. I think you're doing remarkably well. You're only in grade 5. You have so much more time to go. Would you say that debate has helped your subjects in school, like English or social studies, and your writing maybe? Like, what do you think about that?
Writing, yes. Social studies, yes, because some of the topics that I get actually do relate to my things, and I can do a lot of research about them.
Mhm.
And that it also helps me learn writing like note form. Sometimes I can't write the entire thing.
Right.
And for presentations, I write note form. And debate also helps me in other subjects like logical thinking skills in math.
That's great. That's really good. Do you think that debate can help you in your future?
Yeah. When I
How?
grow up, like I'll be more like there'll be more civilized debate until in less like not just people shouting at each other. Yeah, and if I start learning debate early on, I'll be better, and like my speaking skills will also be better, and it can just help me overall. Yeah.
Mhm. And in debate, like sometimes we have rounds where we have to prepare our speeches, and sometimes we have impromptu, right? You understand what those things mean. What do you say that you like one over the other, or do you like them both equally?
I like impromptu because one, I'm better at writing on the spot. Sometimes if I read off of a script or memorize it, it more seems like a robot reading than
Right.
actual human. So I like on the spot because it allows me to like express more.
Okay, that's really, really interesting. I like that you like impromptu. A lot of kids don't really love that. They kind of like being prepared and knowing what they're going to say from a sheet of paper. I'm going to ask you a question, but I promise I'm not going to tell anybody, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a favorite instructor?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, are you going to tell me?
Sure. I like lots of the instructors, but like some that really stand out to me is like Noah, McDonald, Dana, and like Chelly because they all teach me very well, and they're skilled in both debate and speeches, which can help you a lot in your school and outside of life.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I think you're one of the only students that I'm interviewing that loves debate and speech, and they are very different. As you know, in debate, you need to signpost more. You need to let the judges know where you're going with your speech. But then, like when you're doing public speaking, it's more about dramatics and sharing like a story, and taking the audience like on a journey with you. So it is very different, but both styles are different as well. You don't debate the same way that you do a public speech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if you had something that you could share with students that maybe they're thinking like they want to try debate, but they're a little bit scared, what would you say to them, Amos?
I'd say to them, don't worry if it comes out very badly. There's definitely somebody, me, who's done it worse. And even if it's bad, you'll know how to improve. And if it's good, it's good. That works.
let's be honest, like you had some wins, but you've also had some losses with debate. How do you deal with loss if you lost like a debate, like you didn't come in the top 10 or the top 5, you didn't get an award? How do you personally deal with that? I think it's important to know because you're in grade 5 and it can be really hard on yourself. Like kids can be hard on themselves, but how do you get out of it? Can you share that?
Most of the time, I'd be surprised for the first things, and I just left like that to like stay there so I don't become like sad or something.
Mhm.
If I do, like, I just say it's a tournament, I'll have more chances in the future, and I learned, and that's what's important. And if I win, I'm happy, it works, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What do you say that some of the challenges are when you're debating? Do you feel that in the beginning when you were learning, you were challenged and you were a little bit frustrated, or like what are the challenges that you face?
It was hard at first, but like I've gotten used to it because you have to constantly cram information into your head about debate and how to do it. But like over time, once you know the basics, it's easier and you know what it's like when you debate, and that can also help in tournaments because sometimes I just pretend I'm just doing a normal debate in front of the teachers and the 3 students that are watching me or 4. Yeah, so it helps me a lot.
Yeah, and also you're probably one of the only kids that I'm interviewing that has a sister.
Who has won a lot of tournaments and is also very good.
Yes, and so like, is she like your mentor? Do you look up to her?
Yeah.
For those people that don't know, Amos has a sister named Nora who also debated for many years as a world winner in debate and public speaking. So would you say that you're kind of following her footsteps, or are you doing your own things?
When I grow up, I want to be somebody like her, not necessarily get a place in the world, but I want to be like known as like a good speaker.
So what are your future goals? Tell me about that.
Goals, basically get into worlds, even if I don't get like anything to worlds, that's pretty much my goal, or at least get into provinces. And I want to be in a lot of tournaments because they're good practice.
But I mean, like overall, do you really want to be a doctor?
Yeah.
You do? That's your goal?
Yeah.
And why do you have a backup plan?
Because like only a handful of people can actually get into medical school and their IQ needs to be very high. I'm not sure about myself.
That's pretty cool. Any final thoughts for people that are watching you right now, Amos? What do you want to say to the world?
Just if you're doing debate, don't worry about it. You're probably just doing it in front of a small crowd. If you make it to worlds, that means you're really good. You're really good at your own thing, and just be yourself and like have your own speaking style.
That is sound advice. I love it all. You're listening to Amos Zhu, grade 5 student who has been debating and public speaking with FDT Academy. This child is going to go far, I tell you. Whether it's being a doctor or a lawyer, it really doesn't matter, because in his own words, just go for it. And whatever the things that you want to do are, they're the things that you want to do, and they're going to be great. Amos, thanks so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.